Hello, good morning and namaste, my dear student. All of you, welcome back in our next session of Class 5 English. In our previous class, we discussed about the past form and the way how can we change the verb into past form. There are different ways to change the verb in past form. In our previous class, we discussed the different ways also. Like we can change the verb in past form by adding ed, by adding d, and some of the irregular verbs to change the different verbs in past form. Well, students, in today's session, in our class, in this session of today, we are talking about the articles. Before starting our class, I want to request all of you to be ready with your English book, copy and a pen to note down some important points. Okay, students, let's start our class. In this class, we are reading in Unit 1. You can turn your book page number 7. Today we are reading number B. And our lesson topic of today is articles. Do you know articles, student? Yes, we already read about articles in our class 4. Okay. In articles, we use 3 words. Do you know? 3 words. A, N, or the. Yes, we use today in this class only A and N. Okay, I have some examples. First of all, let's discuss about these examples. Okay, I have 2 columns. In one column, I have some examples with A, and in another column, I have some examples with N. Let's observe this, please. A ball. A ball. Please notice the first letter, first sound of the word, next word, okay? Please notice that. A ball. B. A ball. B. And in another example, a copy. A copy. Copy. K. A pen. A pen. P. A house. A house. House. A unit. Unit. A unicorn. Unicorn. A unicorn. A uniform. A uniform. A boy. Boy. A man. Man. Do you find out these words? Can you guess in which sound these words are starting with? Can you guess? B, K, P, H, U, B, guess what type of sounds are these? These sounds, these words are starting with the consonant sound. Okay? Please be careful while reading these words, while pronouncing these words. Okay? Here are some examples of N. Be careful while I pronounce these words, which sound is pronouncing at the initial word, with the initial word. Be careful, okay? N, apple. N, apple. Yeah. N, egg. N, egg. Egg. N, umbrella. N, umbrella. N, elephant. N, elephant. N, owl. N, owl. Owl. N, X. N, X. N, orange. N, orange. N, eraser. N, eraser. E, eraser. N, ice cream. N, ice cream. Ice cream. Well, student, in these examples, which sound is pronounced in the initial phase of the word? Which sound I pronounce of the initial letter? Can you guess? In first examples, in first column, I pronounce which sound? I already told you. Which sounds? Yes, consonant sounds. I pronounce those words with consonant sound. But now in column B, I pronounce those words, those initial letter of those words are vowel. Vowel. I hope you know the vowels. Can you tell me how many vowels are in English? Can you tell? No? Okay, I tell you 5 vowels. There are 5. A, E, I, O and U. There are 5 vowels in English. Okay? From these examples, we can formulate that we can use A in those words which pronounce with its starting initial phase, initial word with the pronouncing consonant sound. And we can formulate that N is used with those nouns which have the vowel sound in its initial phase, like an apple, an egg, an umbrella, an eraser, etc. Okay, these are some examples. Now let's talk about the formulas and the main points about articles. Articles, do you know? Student, articles are in 2 types. Articles are in 2 types. there are two types of articles in English. They are indefinite article. They are indefinite article, and another one is definite article. Another is definite article. In indefinite article, they are in or are. In indefinite article, they are, what are they? Good. In or are. And in definite article, that one is the. Definite article is the. Well, how can we use these a and the? We already read some examples. We already discussed about some examples. And here are some points with me. N is used with a singular countable noun that starts with a vowel sound. Did you get this? Yes. N is used with a singular countable nouns. To use N, that word must with singular countable noun, not with other. In verb, adjective, we can't use N. Okay? For the use of N, the word must be singular countable noun, and that starts with a vowel sound. The sound must with vowel sound in an initial phase. We already talked about this. Like an apple, an umbrella, an honest boy, an ice cream, etc. In these examples, the word pronounced with the first or initial with the vowel sound. We already discussed vowel sounds are A, E, I, O and U. Did you get this? To use N, the word should be noun, singular, countable noun, and which starts with vowel sound. Okay? With vowel sound. And let's talk about A. A is used with a singular countable noun that starts with a consonant sound. Some points are same with A and N, but be careful in vowel and the consonant. The initial letter of consonant or vowel. The word should be noun. A is used with a singular countable. Okay, only in countable noun we can use A that starts with a consonant sound. Do you understood? Okay. N is used in singular countable noun which starts with vowel sounds. Not only in first letter is important. Okay, be careful. Not only the first word is important, first letter is important. Some first letter starts with, for example, uniform. U-N-I-F-O-R-M, uniform. That is starting with U. Don't be confused, okay? Whether it is starting with U but it pronounced with consonant. Okay? So we use O in uniform. Be careful. Not only the letter, the pronunciation of the initial letter is most important to use O-N, N. Okay? To use N, the sound must be countable, singular countable noun, and it starts with vowel sound. And to use A, the sound must be with a singular countable noun which starts with consonant sound. But we can't use A or N in uncountable noun. Be careful, okay? We can't use A or N in uncountable noun. Like water. Can we count water? Can we count? No. Like milk. Can you count milk? No. Like sugar. Like rice. We can't count, okay? Tea, oil, etc. We can use A or N only with singular countable nouns. We can use N with a singular countable noun with vowel sound, not with vowel letter, with vowel sound while pronouncing. And we can use A with those singular countable noun which pronounce with consonant sound. Okay, students, I hope you understood me, and then you can do the homework from your book, page number 7, number B. Complete this exercise. I'll check in our next class. We'll discuss that in our next class. This much for today. Thank you. Goodbye.